Hello everybody, Augie here again, and we are picking ourselves up and we are back at it again with this stupid Mustang. You saw the last video. I had a mishap, a little tiny hiccup. Ripped the door almost off. Nothing big. So now it's been a couple of days. Finally got the time to. What the heck was that? Finally got the time to get back at it. Unfortunately, it is absolutely pouring down rain outside, so I'm somewhat limited as to what I can do. I've been working on it a tiny bit, and let me show you what I've got. So I took the door off. First of all, here's the door. This is what we are dealing with on the door. Obviously the door is totaled. I bought a new door from CJ's Pony Parts. And some new hinges, came to like $406 or something like that. It is a complete shell, so I'm going to have to pull everything out of this door. The window regulator, the glass, everything has to come off this door. We'll get to that. And unfortunately, the thing I was dreading the most kind of proved to be true, and that's that it actually damaged the body where the hinges bolt into the body, mainly down here. The top looked okay. I pulled it off anyway. I might as well replace it. But as you can see right there, that's supposed to be sitting flush. That's supposed to be sitting flush with that. And where these two pieces of metal, this wire out of the way, are supposed to be tacked together, it kind of pulled that out a bit too. So what happened was this hinge down here kind of went like that. So here's the plan. And we'll see if we can make this work. First of all, I'm now trying to take apart this fender, which is kind of a nightmare in itself. Ford did not make this easy. But once I get the fender off, I've got... Here, hold on. Let me show you something. So this is the plan. I tried pushing on this, and that didn't really get me anywhere. I need to pull from the bracket there where the hinge bolts in there. So what I'm going to do, this is how this works. This slides in behind there. There's one for the top and one for the bottom. They're identical. The bottom one's not so bad. There's a big old access hole right back here. The top one, though, you got to contort yourself under the dash to try to get this somehow. It doesn't really hold itself in place. So I'm not sure how I'm going to attempt that. But that's for another time. I don't think this part is bent. This part is bent. Not real bad, but just bad enough to make this door not fit right. So, I went to the hardware store, and I picked up this U-bolt. I know it's kind of chintzy, so I'm hoping this works. But I'm going to put this through there. And I also bought this bigger one because I want a bigger surface area back there. So I'm going to drill some holes in this one's plate, stick that through, stick the U-bolt through, bolt it on there, and then we're going to hook it up to the, I was trying to think of how to pull that out. Can't do it by hand. It's going to require more force than that. This is some pretty thick American steel. Thought briefly about hooking it up to a car, but that doesn't give me enough control. So I borrowed my father-in-law's ATV out there, and we're going to hook the winch up to this U-bolt, which will be on in there. There it is. There it is. Hook that up, and we'll slowly give that a tug to try to straighten that out. Now, I'm hoping this is all completely hidden, unless you're really shining a flashlight in there with the door open. You can't see any of that. So if I have to use some washers for shims and whatnot to try to get this door, when it comes in, lined up and latching properly, then so be it. As long as it lines up and latches properly. Then the next problem is this stupid fender, which I'm trying to pull off now. I mean, obviously, it's damaged pretty bad. I'm trying to get this all to line up. I think I can get it straight enough, and then with a layer of Bondo, can finish up the rest of the way. I was going to buy a fender because the fender is only like $150, but for whatever reason, I mean, it's bigger than the door. I get that, but not by much. This ships freight, and it's $200 shipping on top of that $150, whereas the door is free shipping. So that makes no sense to me. So I'm trying to avoid buying a new fender if at all humanly possible. If nothing else, there is a place in nearby Spokane, Washington, which sells classic Mustang parts. If I just cannot get this light up, he might have something for me. But yeah, I'll cut back in when I've done something else of value. Okay, so the day has come. Time to see if we can pull out that frame a little bit and make everything fit. I've been a little nervous about this for some time because this is going to be a big turning point. If I can do this, then all is well. I can fix it. It was a $500 mistake or so. And, well, it was more than that. I don't remember how much it cost. Anyway, at least it can be fixed. Got the fender off. That was a beast. Whoever designed the way that fender should fit, especially up in the front part, you shouldn't design stuff anymore. Well, I probably did by now. But. So this is what we're talking about. We've got this U-bolt through here. Going to back this car out, attach it to the winch on the ATV, and we are going to see if we can slowly pull that out. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. All right, so we are all hooked up. Now there is a very real chance that the U-bolt could snap because it's a pretty weak U-bolt. Also, I have a feeling we may have to put another vehicle behind the ATV with a tow strap or something hooked to it to keep it from pulling forward. We shall see. And you know what, the more I look at it, the more I don't like this angle. So I'm gonna refix that. Alright, let's go. Okay, like I had a feeling was going to happen, we're going to need to anchor off the ATV. Alright, we are anchored to the Escalade. Let's try this again. I was dragging the ATV forward, so Alright, so that little backing, oh you can see this, obviously it bent up. I took the big backing to this big one, drilled a couple of holes, hopefully it would grab more surface. Now we can actually get somewhere with this. Find out. So we're actually dragging the Mustang through the mud. However, there's a big berm right there. Can't go too much farther. Succeeded in doing not a lot of things. Give it another couple of tugs before we call it. Despite my better judgment, let's see if we can give it a couple of yanks. I don't know about from your angle, but from my angle, that does not look as caved as it was. However, we are definitely separating that out a little bit more. We'll see where we get with this. Alright, so when I put the plate on the outside, it actually fit pretty straight. I don't think I can do this one-handed. I'll raise this plate up on in here. Alright, so I'm going to cut the camera and do this. I'll let you know how it goes. When I put that plate in there behind, because that plate goes behind there, and that's what it bolts into. When I put it behind that before, you know, the plate is straight, and then you could see the body bow out around it like that. It looks pretty straight. It felt pretty straight on this side, so I'm going to try to see if it fits fairly flush on that side. And then we'll worry about getting all this squared back up. I might use some kind of, I might bolt that down or something, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Great success! As you can see, that fits flush. By the way, that's a mother trucker to get in there. I'm not sure how one is supposed to keep this in place. Well, screw it, bolting these in. I think I might drop like a dab of glue or something just to help hold it. That one's not going to be so bad. That one's going to be bad because the only way to access that is to wind your hand behind the dashboard and through a tiny little access hole. That's going to be fun. But this is straight. So the only other problem that we have to deal with now... Oh, hey, look, it held itself in place. What the heck? Hey, maybe there's like a little... Oh, there's like a little lip in there for it to slide into. Oh, okay. So attached to the body there, kind of does that, and that little bracket had a little tail piece on it that kind of slid down into it. That makes sense. It makes it a lot easier. So that is pretty straight. Now, what we have to figure out next is flattening this back down there. I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that just yet. Alright, to finalize this video, I put a couple of C-clamps on there. I'm going to leave it there for a couple of days, see if we can train the metal to go back just a little bit. And then I have two options. I can try to weld it, or I can bolt it. I do have a welder, a piece of crap, junky welder I bought to do some work on the family truckster over there. I'm not good at it at all, but I might give it a shot in a few spots, and then also I might break out some bolts or self-tapping screws or something. I know, that's the wrong way to do it. But I am a flipper. I am not a restorer. This is not my car. This car is to be sold. You won't really see that, and I don't really care if I have to hide a couple of screws or something that I have to put through there, or bolts, I might go to self-tapping screws and a couple of tack welds. That'll probably hold it all together. And then I actually think we may have made it usable. I do have to tap in that little spur that was kind of created by the threads on that U-bolt pulling it out a bit. But other than that, I think we can make it work. I'm going to buy a bunch of washers to use as shims if I need them. And I'm going to haul my brother out here when the door gets here. And yeah, I'm going to fix this stupid mistake. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. This is turning out to be a much bigger project than I originally wanted it to be, but hey, we're all kind of learning something as we go. Have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one.